Hello, good morning. Welcome to Piece of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I paint random miniatures and stuff on the internet. It's not always miniatures, but a lot of times it is. Okay, get this tightened up. It keeps drooping down on me, making me crazy. My cats like to rub on it, and I think that the cats rubbing on it like makes it a little bit like looser and looser every time they do it. So like eventually it just starts like, oh. Yeah, kind of like my belly as I got older. It was all like this for a while, and then like over time, slowly. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, it's been a while. We missed a couple days due to technical difficulties. I'm not sure if it was the computer or if it was me. I don't know. Technical difficulties. Probably my fault. I'm not a very tech guy. For those of you who are new to this channel, seeing it for the first time, or maybe you haven't heard this little part of the Pat saga. Pat is bad with tech. It just is. It's fine. It's fine. I make it work. I don't know how, but I do. I know the why. It's for you guys. I do this. I do this for you and a little bit for me. I kind of like to have it for the posterity of it. You know, maybe when my great some odd grandkids are interested, like what was our ancestor like? They can look back at this and they can see that man was insane. He lived in a crazy time where they talked about crazy stuff and they did crazy things. Because that's how it always looks looking back. All right. Ooh. Make sure you get yourself something tasty to drink. We're going to be here for a second. About an hour long for those of you who are not used to being with us. Or maybe those of you it's been so long that you forgot. Because, man, it feels like a million years since the last time I did this. And it hasn't even been a week. How wild is that? All right. Let's see. We're going to change this camera to there. We're going to turn on our open sign. And do up. I know I still owe you guys this video on these Sahagins. The short video. I'm going to get it done eventually. I promise. We've had so much going on lately between trying to get the print shop going and the paint stuff going and going to these shows, and then we had a vacation, and it just got crazier and crazier and crazier. Okay, now I did notice something. Somehow this little piece got broken and it has gone missing, so we've got to fix that before we seal all this up. I also got a couple other things that we've kind of fixed up that I'm going to show you. And then, we get on to some other stuff. Some things maybe that are a little bit more entertaining. So, pop a little coffee or something. This is a little Payne's gray. It'll look good in there. We'll be able to tell the difference of the color. Won't all look black. Yeah, I made that out of just a little tiny piece of millput and a piece of 3D printing structure work supports. And it should glue right down in there real nice and easy. Once we get to that point. Okay, so let's glue. I think we need to glue the base down. I've got the wheels on. I've got to show you what I did to get these wheels to work because we were missing some parts. So I'll show you a couple of things before we get this sealed up. I couldn't help it. On Friday I had to get some stuff done because I was just sitting here with it. And I was like, oh my god. So I did get the cables disconnected and then routed through the bottom of the deal. So we can figure out what to do with these connections later. I think this is actually going to turn into a much bigger project than just the Batmobile. I kind of want to make kind of like a little diorama for it to go with it. So that we'll see. I went ahead and sprue glued these pieces here. They were just so loose. I decided that they needed that extra oomph, so I put that in there. So we've got that set down. And then I super glued this turbine on there because it needed to be done badly. And then I twisted up some wire to make this wheel. Now it doesn't turn really, but it will work to hold the wheels in place so we can finish up this diorama. Not bad for a kit that was missing some pieces. It wasn't missing very many. So anyway, like I said, we'll go ahead and seal all this together. Just so those you don't really, I guess we wouldn't really have to, except for the fact that it kind of comes down right here, right? I guess it might be okay. Let's see if we can get the snap up in here. If I do glue it, I'll kind of probably glue it in a way that we can get back into it easily. So I probably only need to put glue here, here, and in the front, and that way we can get it if we have to change the light bulb or whatever. Even though these are LEDs, they should be good for a while. I just never really know. Never really know. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. This was, I made some clear sprue goo. It's clear and it's sprue goo, so that's cool. Maybe only cool to me, but it's I think it's cool. Just have to do that a little back there, and we're going to do this edge on the front. Gravity is going to mostly keep it together. clamps. I don't know if I've got clamps big enough to hold it. All right. Come on now, stay on there. I don't want clamps big enough to hold this in place. Maybe it does need just a touch of like glue. Maybe. It's like the thing is warped. Alright, well, that should hold on, at least for a while. This little thing is going to require just a tiny bit of super glue. And there we go. That's done. All right. Next, we got to glue the windshield in. And it just kind of sits in there. The whole thing's not particularly well shaped. Because one of my children is up to hear the dog. I think, yep. All right. Now this one can get some clamps put on it. I'll let that dry up. All right. Looks like the markets are doing good. I usually check that about once a show. Get back into our routines, right? Not doing as well as they were doing this morning. Devon's taking a bit of a hit today. For those of you who own stock in the energy sector here in Oklahoma, they were going up for a while, but that happens. Go down a little bit. As long as they don't make a habit of it. Okay, let's see. While that's drying up, we can work on getting some of these other parts painted in. So this is Lead Belcher by Citadel, which is the the company that does Warhammer. This is a great color for the Batmobiles. Metallics. We'll add maybe some other colored metallics in it. I think there's some copper on some of those hoses and stuff, but you can always base it in this, and then we'll add our grime wash to it, and then we'll finish in whatever colors it needs to be. Finally all held together. That's good. Hey, it's Sir McBeardsly. Happy Monday, sir. Good to see you again, my friend. Oh my gosh, we saw your doppelganger at at the Edgar Allan Poe thing this weekend. Yes, very excited for the show. I got a lot of things I'm going to try to get done. I have a lot of miniatures primed. I don't know how many we're going to get completely painted, but we're now licensed to sell miniatures that are printed as well as just the ones that are painted. So like I can sell, I don't have to actually paint them. Hey, it's it's a Koala. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. But good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. I'll just drop a little bit on there. Yeah, I finally got my internet functioning again. Being in the country has drawbacks. Sometimes it takes a while to get things fixed. But like I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't get my internet to engage until I guess that was a Saturday. I finally got it fixed. So that's weird. Why does it not want to stick to that? Must have had too much water on my brush. If paints are having trouble sticking, first thing you might do is clear your brush and check your water level on it. If you have too much water on your brush, then it's going to cause a problem with its adherence. And it may even be like something you don't even notice at first. You have to get used to looking at it. But it just looks like it looks like oil and water separating. Paint just won't adhere to whatever you're trying to paint and it'll come right off. Cola. At first I thought it said cola with a K or koala, and I was like, no, that's not what it was. It doesn't help I have dyslexia, so like you start getting too many vowels in a row, and my brain just starts going, what? Huh? It starts panicking. What do we do with all of that? I did it to myself too on my own name here with Pieces Pat Paints. It's a dyslexic's nightmare. You have an AI, an AI, and an IE. See, I'm already messing it up. I'm not even trying to actually. English is such a funny language. I'm not sure if I want to paint this undercarriage. Since we're going to be setting it down on something, we're not really going to see the undercarriage. So we may just skip painting it. Things feel so flimsy. You can see it wobbling around on there. It just feels like it's going to break off at any minute. I gotta clean up our little modification over here too. So you monitor a chat room well. Yeah. I mean, well, it's not like it's extraordinarily busy in here, so you know he has a lot of time. I've known Sir McBeardsly for, oh gosh, I guess it's over a decade now. Known each other, long time. All right, where's the jar of grime? Is it in here or do I have it? Yep. Say it's either in here or it's in my other kit. Luckily, it's in here. Yeah, man, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Maybe longer than that. Oh, I saw your doppelganger did it. I saw your doppelganger, Beardsley, at I went to a Edgar Allan Poe reading in Oklahoma City this weekend, and there was this dude that was with the company of performers that looked like you when you were in culinary school, and I was like, oh my god. I couldn't get a picture of him because it was too dark in there, but you couldn't really see him, and he didn't do any of the performances. He was just kind of there doing cocktails and help making sure everybody had what they wanted seat wise, and yeah. So this stuff here is just a mix of mineral spirits and black oil paint, and this right here is great for making things look kind of grimy. It was really cool. It was really neat. They did a good job with the poetry. It was a fun selection. Some of the folks that were there had not read what the actual information on their when they bought their tickets, what it said. So they were a little put out that it wasn't the Raven and Telltale Heart, because that's what everybody knows from Poe. So they were a little put out, but they ended up having a good time anyway. In spite of themselves, I suppose. But they did. Let's see. They did. Start out with Cask of Amontillado, and They did Annabelle Lee, and they did Pit and the Pendulum. Oh, actually, Pit and the Pendulum was first, and then it was Cask of Amontillado. They did good. Pit and the Pendulum was good. It's not everybody's favorite, but I really enjoy that one. The end of it is so crazy. Saw your own doppelganger in a subway across the well race. Oh, that's gotta be weird. Man, that's gotta be like, you gotta like wonder if that's just like a glitch in reality or something. Like that's gotta trip. That'd be trippy. That'd be trippy. That'd freak me out, man. I'd be like, what is happening? That's trip. That's a trip. That'd be freak. That'd freak me out a little bit. As you can see, this stuff right here is pretty much instant oily. Oily, dirty looking. Boom, boom, done skidoodles. Guess we probably should have done inside of this a little bit. Just get a little bit of color in there. Wanted to see either an acting of. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. They did. The guy who was like the leader of the production, I guess, was the one who did the main reading, but they read it as a duet. Like that was So like the main guy who's saying it, the main guy was doing the most of the poem, but then when it was ever the guy that he's getting ready to seal up in the room is talking, it was another guy, and they kind of acted their way through it just a little bit. Like it was, they did a good job of not like making the acting so much of what they were doing that it lost the poem. So they did a great job. The girl who did Annabelle, she was really good too. She did great. And she kind of started getting close to that pentameter kind of reading, the rhythmed, kind of poetry kind of reading that you would hear in old plays and stuff. And then the last guy really went pentameter with his, and he did Fall the House of Usher, and it was good. He really, he stole the show. Honestly, he was very talented. The other guy was exciting. The one that did all the hosting. He was exciting, and he did a very good job. But I thought the other guy was better. So I'm gonna put this kind of like on all the metally engine parts. It just is a little bit of a. It dulls it out and makes it look greasy and used, like a car should, right? Car should look a little oily, especially they've been running around the streets of Gotham. Yeah, I was happy it was Fall of the House of Usher. That's one of my favorites. Um, Alongside Casca Monteago, that one's good. But Mask of the Red Death is my favorite, and they had actually done that in the first show, but I was okay that I missed it. It was totally worth it. The first show was so early in the day. I was like, man, I'm not gonna go and have cocktails and watch Shakespeare that early in the morning. That's crazy. All right, let's see. Of course, it's not on there just right, is it? All right. Well, I knew this might happen. I looked very much like British actor Dexter Fletcher. Now I'm getting older. I'm becoming more of a Mads Mikkelsen. Oh, that's kind of a fun thing to look like, though, man. That's pretty studly. I think I know Dexter Fletcher. Hold on. Let's look that one up. For those that do not know, he was in. Oh yeah, he was in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I love that movie. He's hilarious. This guy's a great actor. Yeah. He's been in a bunch of movies. He's always good too. Lots of drama pieces. He was really good in Band of Brothers. Yeah, the Rachel Papers. Yeah, he was so good in Band of Brothers. I remember him in that one. Yeah, he's a pretty good actor. You always believe him. You always believe whatever he. The only problem with making a small amount of sprue goo is it takes forever to get it back out of this weird square bottle. But this right here will help us seal up anything that's going on with that window. Now I know what you look like. Shy looks like he could have been one of the Estevez brothers. The Sheen boys. Or Brad Pitt. He looks a little bit like Brad Pitt. He's going to tell me I'm being funny because I mean, I'm being a little bit, but not really. All the girl when he was going to school, all the girls were like very all over him, even though I don't think he noticed. All right, so that's just a little bit of clear sprue goo. We're trying to seal this window in so it doesn't fall out. They sure do like to fall out. I don't know what that is about plastic model windows. They sure don't. Yeah, bro, them girls were all over you. They were talking about you in the hallway. It was bad. It was bad. You totally didn't even notice. It's the best. Way too busy. Way too busy. Alright, that ought to do it. That ought to do it right there. Alright, now the key here is make sure... Alright, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Make sure everything is dry on these cockpits before you seal these things in, okay? And I don't even know that we're going to, like, seal this thing. We may just put it on there and let it stay on there. But if you leave it on there before it's completely dry, it chose puree over girls. That's awesome. That's good times. So anyway, make sure all that stuff's dried up because it can fog your windows and then you won't be able to see through them as well. This one's got a big old like air vent in it, which might help, but I'm just not gonna trust it. I'm just not gonna trust it. Okay. All right. Scam likely. I don't want to talk to Scam likely. We won't ban you, bro. Listen, the only thing that gets you banned around here is talking politics. We can't have that kind of talk. Well, we don't want to get that kind of people like riled up around here. But no, a little joshing is good. Well, I mean, I don't mind talking about it in the place where you're supposed to talk about it, but this ain't it. There's plenty of other places. You know, there's yeah, Batmobile. Yeah, definitely. I'd much rather talk about the Batmobile and what it's got going on. Now this is a bronze here. I'm just pulling a little bit in on a few places. Really more of a color break than anything else. Just so it doesn't all look exactly the same color is the idea. And of course, anything we do on one side, we're going to duplicate on the other. Just so it looks good. And this is, what is this? Rune Lord? Yeah, Rune Lord Bronze Citadel product. It's not bad. You know, I really enjoy Citadel's metallics. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a real big fan of their white. Their white's terrible. But they also make a really great black primer. If you're looking for a black primer, their black is really nice. That's what I prime most of my stuff in. But like the rest of their paints are just ridiculously expensive for no reason. I mean, like ridiculous. You're like, what? $12 for this little tiny thing? Yeah. So like this thing of paint here cost me the same amount as this entire tube of paint. Actually less, I think. I think this in the end was less than this by a few pennies. And it's like, wait a minute, that's not the same. And their closures are bad. Make sure if you are dealing with Citadel, I'll tell you a little secret. This back closure here is what's important. You got to make sure that gets all the way down, or else it's in trouble. It'll dry out quick, real quick, and then you'd be mad. All right, so we just set it in. We just leave it set in there. I think it looks good. Just set in. Batman. Looking pretty steadily. One little thing we gotta fix back here. A little bit of our red goo got away from us. So very carefully going to remove it. Once we get it all painted out, you won't even notice. So there is the Michael Keaton era Batmobile done. Now we've got to do. We're gonna get some pictures of it like this, and then I'm gonna start the Joker tagging. I've got a couple different ideas. I think I didn't do like one big Joker somewhere, maybe like right here. And then this place where we had a little bit of damage come from the glue, I think I'm going to turn that into like an egg. Make it look like somebody egged the car, and the egg is splashed across it. So, and we got to think about a couple things we can do to really make it look like the Joker's team like screwed it up. Like we want it to look like they really went after it and tagged it real good. Like the whole idea is, but like this is the reason that Batman put in the next level of security and got the bat shell that goes over the top of it. So it'd be funny. But yeah, that should be where we're heading tomorrow. So I can get these pictures done today, and then we go in. And I'm thinking about we put it on like some sort of stand so that we can do like I think it's in. Look at it. I was talking about that thing. Look, felt flimsy. Look, it fell off. I knew it was coming too. I knew it. Man, I could feel it. Too wobbly. I already super glued this one down. It's about time with this one had it done. Oh no. That's I mean, that's all here forever, man. You can't take it down now. Can't take it back. Yeah, you're our kind of people, bro. Stick around. You gotta know just enough sarcasm to be part of our group. I guess it made the whole piece fall off. You gotta be careful with that stuff, man. Gotta warn a guy. Here comes one of my children. It's my youngest. Hello, sir. Say hello to the peoples.
We finished?
Well, we finished building it. Now we gotta paint it. We got to put the diorama together. So I'm gonna make like a little wall that it sits on, like a little. It's gonna sit on a little piece of wood like this, right? And then I'll have a wall behind it, and then we'll have then we'll print out like a Batman with his head in his hand. Like, oh my gosh, because then we're gonna make it look like the Joker and his gang graffitied it.
Oh.
You know, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they came through with spray paint and they tagged it.
Yeah, and they made it his.
They made it look like the Jokers instead of Batman's, and so then I want to print out a Batman standing there that's to scale going. Ugh. Because I think that would be hilarious, right? We got to get the lights fit. We got to get the lights working. Both the lights in there work. I just got to figure out how to get the circuit to match up, and then we'll get it going. Yeah, those are my fans that are watching, or friends at this point. We make good friends here. We got good people. Good people come by. Okay, you gonna make me breakfast?
What do you want?
I don't know. I actually don't. I'll be fine. I'll be in there in a second. And then we'll try, if we can get some stuff done today, we'll try to go to Whitewater. Alright? I think all we need is the passes. Yep. Because they're all ready. They're all loaded up. We just need the ones we had, and we just go back. Yeah, it's great. Yes. So I can print rebar. For sure. Yeah. Man, I bet you we can. I bet you we can do something like that. To try to bust the sign of the car. No, it's all bent. They just left. They just leave it there. Yeah, and then we could do like, we'll have to do like some cups and like some trash cans and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I can get all that printed out. So that's not a big deal. But I think that'd be, oh man, it'd be super cool. But to me, it would be a fun piece, and really for the shows, when we go into these shows, it'll look great. I think I'm gonna leave that detachable. I kind of like that, so you can look on the inside. So that way, at the shows you can leave it open and people can look on inside it. Although it cover up where I put the egg at. It's kind of pops right down in there. Okay, not too bad. It's a good looking model. So for those of you maybe watching this for the first time, we did all the cockpit. That was part of the original, or part of the first few videos. I did have to come back and add this stick in because it got broke off somewhere, and I don't know where it went. Such as things are wont to do when you're building models. So yeah, this has been a whole lot of fun to build this guy. One of my favorite cars as a child. It's iconic, Got a great look. Still looks fierce. Great design. Tim Burton, I think, was the director on this one, and so you had his crew at work on these things. So you can't go wrong with Tim Burton design as far as design goes. He's usually pretty savvy. Maybe not with his personal life, but designing things for movies is pretty great. Yeah, we got some signs, some trash cans. Man, I wonder if I can't make some sort of little neon light thing. Trying to figure out how you do that in miniature. I guess you could get those. They make those little LED filaments now, don't they? So it's like a filament, and then you could like twist it and make it look like a sign. That'd be cool. Ooh, that's a lot of work. Anyway, we're gonna get it painted, and we'll worry about the next things. So we got that going on. I'm probably gonna start that tomorrow because I gotta pick out my colors. But let's take a look at. I think I had some saved. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Those filaments. That would really be cool. Oh, where the hell did I put it? Problem living your life with two phones. You never know where you save stuff. I never know where I save stuff anymore. I think it's on this one. It is. So I kind of like this Joker, or something similar to this Joker somewhere. Maybe on like the side, or maybe on like a part of the hood. I also like the classic teeth and the laughs. This one though, I think is the better one to do. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be way easier to cut the filaments in the bulbs. That is for real. I don't know that you can cut those bulbs. I would be worried to try. So we got a couple different things we put on there. I was thinking maybe a Joker, like the Jester Joker, and a couple more. I want to get a couple more ideas on like things that we can paint on it. So this is gonna be exciting. I'm really excited to get it. I'm really excited to have that part done. I'm more excited to get to the next part. But that's all I got for today. So we're gonna wind this down. Oh my gosh, I will tell you this fun story today. So I was driving. So I drive Uber sometimes, make a little extra cash. And if you see me driving an Uber, or if you're one of the people that I talk to Uber, hello, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I've had several people follow my channel because of Uber, so that's cool. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming. But anyway, so like I was going to pick up this lady, and she's very nice. But on the way there, this guy is just weaving in and out of traffic. And mind you, it's like 8 something in the morning, so there's nowhere to go. It's bumper to bumper, man. You're not going anywhere. But he's weaving in and out, weaving in and out. I guess it wasn't quite bumper to bumper, but it was getting ready to be. And he flies past me. He flies around me like 2 or 3 times. He gets around me, and finally we get up at a stoplight, and I'm like, and I went window down. I guess I was laughing pretty loud because that was really funny. And he saw me, and he got really mad. I mean, this man became insanely irate that I had dared to think that his driving antics that got him exactly nowhere was amusing. And he followed me around for a little while, like weaving around and like lunging at my car, like that was gonna, like he was gonna hit it. And I was like, bro, you're not gonna hit my car. You have somewhere to go. Obviously, you're in a massive hurry, my G. Like, why are you even worried about messing with me? Why are we even doing this? And he, people are crazy, y'all. People are crazy. So, to that guy, if you're watching, I hope you got wherever you were going on time. Maybe you should start earlier. Just saying. Anyway, you guys are amazing. I really appreciate you, everybody who comes by, and especially REKT. Really appreciate you stopping by. You're definitely a lively fellow, and it is much appreciated. I like laughing, and I like having a good time, and I like a little bit of joshing with each other. So definitely come back. We love when people comment. I understand some people just that's not their thing too, so don't worry about it. I appreciate myself too. Yes, singer. So yep. So we understand if you don't want to comment. That's totally cool. No worries. If you're just around for the show and want to read and watch. But always, if you do have questions, you have anything you want to say, shout out in the chats. I'll answer any questions. I know a lot about cooking too, so if you want to learn about cooking, I'll answer any questions you ask to the best of my ability. But yeah, we'll be here. We're usually here all week, so I appreciate it, brother. So yeah. Come check us out. Give us a review. Give us a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we're gonna talk to you. We'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. To tag the Joker stuff all over this beautiful black Batmobile. I'm gonna ruin it. So don't miss that. Don't miss that. Yeah. Oh yeah, good. Thank you, Beardsley. I appreciate it. We are gonna be at a show on Saturday in Oklahoma City. I will be there selling miniatures, painting miniatures, and selling miniatures. So if you're in Oklahoma City and you watch what we do, and you want to come say hello, come on by. I don't know if there's a door charge or not. A lot of times those craft fairs, sometimes they have door charges, sometimes they don't. So I don't know. But we'll be there. There's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff. It's a big toy extravaganza. So if you're into toys and collectibles and hobby models and stuff like that, it's probably gonna be the place to be on Saturday, and the 21st, I believe, 9 a.m. to, I want to say 3. Might be later. Check that. I'll have to check that. I'll try to post that again on the big field, if I can remember to. So anyway, love you guys. Have a great day. Be careful. Be safe. And be kind. Be nice to people. Be nice to yourself. Be kind to others. Yeah. A little bit of goodness and kindness will go a long, long way. So, yeah. Guys, we'll talk to you later.